Hi all, this is Saakshi Mehra here. So I'm the founder of Mom's Memoirs, Wear Her Care. This was basically born with a mission to encapsulate all your memories, all your motherhood, the initial motherhood memories when you became a mother. You know your child was born, you fed your child's first mundan was done, or you saved the umbilical cord that you got from the hospital. So we preserve all those first memories of the baby into jewels. So we infuse breast milk or the first curl or the cord stump or even the first tooth. So once your child grows like 6, 7 years old, the first tooth that falls off, I can even make a pendant or earrings from that first tooth. So, gradually as we grow older with the stress and everything, we tend to forget all those initial tender moments that we had with our baby. So once you open your wooden keepsake box and you remove the jewel and you realize that these were my moments, the tender moments that I went through with my child, that I was feeding my child, या उसका first मुंडन हुआ था या उसकी जो नाड़ी गिरी थी, all that is preserved in form of in form of a jewel. Like you can wear it, keeps like a keepsake that you can even pass it on to the next generation, to your child. So, if there are any questions that you all would like to ask me about how do we do it and the process and how long does it take, so you all can please go ahead and ask me whatever questions you all want to know. Okay, so the first question is how long it takes for us to infuse your memory into the gem. So, first, what I'll be doing is once you confirm your order, I send you a welcome kit which has a container and a self addressed envelope and the whole instruction card as to how you have to go about it. And once you're done filling the container with the amount of breast milk that we need, or the pouches for the inclusions like the first curl or the constant, I even get it picked up from your doorstep because we totally understand it's a new mother. So you all wouldn't have the time to call up the courier agent and send your inclusions. So I get everything dropped and picked up from your doorstep. So after we get the inclusions picked up, once I receive the inclusions, I take around 2 weeks to convert those inclusions into ornaments, into your keepsake jewelry. So it takes around 2 weeks once I receive, and before that a week. So maybe like 3.5 weeks it takes for the whole process, from the time you confirm your order till the time you receive your keepsake. So what's the next question? Okay, so somebody's asked, and how is it possible to convert breast milk? Parul Tiwari has asked, how is it possible that we convert the breast milk into jewels? So what we do is it's a dehydrating process. So once I receive your breast milk, I dehydrate it and preserve it, and it takes a week, 10 days to make it into powder. So once we have the breast milk powder, we infuse that powder in a chemical called resin. Resin is a chemical which is at room temperature. It's in liquid form, but once you set it in a mold or in the ornament and that is exposed to the air, it turns into a stone, into a hard plastic stone which has a nice sheen to it. So it's like a jewelry resin, it's called. So we infuse that powder into the resin and set it into a stone. So that stone is a plastic stone, but it doesn't look like plastic. It gives a nice sheen. It is like a jewelry resin, and you can keep it forever. It will never change its color. The stone will never change its color. But yeah, you need to take some care. You cannot expose it to water while washing hands. You have to remove it while swimming or while taking a shower. You have to remove the ornament, and you cannot expose it to perfumes or other chemicals. So you have to take a little bit of care. Otherwise, the stone will never change its color, or it will never go bad or anything like that. So this is the first curl infused cufflinks for a baby boy that his mom got made, and that's the first curl infused pendant, and that's a moon pendant. Now all these are available on BabyChakra if you want to go ahead and place your order. And that's the mom's crown ring made from the breast milk stone, and these are cufflinks made from breast milk. And that's our wooden keepsake box with the mother and the baby's picture. Whichever your favorite picture you all can share with me, I will customize the box with your picture. That's the crown ring that a client shared with us wearing with her baby. So we have a lot of appreciation mails and letters that my clients send, that I help them preserve their initial memories, which really touches our heart. That's the moon leaf ring. That's a pendant. So all that's a baby feet pendant. The feet are infused with the breastmilk stone. So we have all these molds, the feet mold, or we can infuse in the cufflinks. So we powder the breast milk and infuse it in the molds. So which is the next question? So, yes, of course, you can gift it to your husband or to your son, or like we have clients who got a leather strap bracelet made for a husband with the child's first curl and gifted on the 10th anniversary, and the husband was like really elated that this is the best gift I have received so far. So I also upload all these client appreciations on my page, and you can check my Instagram and Facebook page. And so, how I thought about this idea was, actually, I'm a MBA HR professional. So, I was working before marriage and post marriage. Then I got a baby, so I quit my job. And the initial years, I mean, I've breastfed my son for 3 years. So, and I really, really, enjoy feeding him, the bond that the mother and the child have. So of course I captured all his pictures, his first walk, his first word, and everything. I have it on my camera. But I wish I knew about this idea first when I was feeding my child. But anyway, so I stumbled upon this idea a few years later. I think my son was 6 that time, and I just saw it online. I was just browsing it, and I stumbled upon the idea, and I really I totally fell for the idea. So I started researching about it, and I had a few friends who helped me. And how do we preserve the breast milk, and what's the whole process. And so then I tried it first few pieces. My real sister was feeding her son that time, so all thanks to her that this whole idea could even actually execute. So she used to give me her breast milk, and I used to preserve with various methods and see. And then I saw for a year and a half that yeah, this it's not changing color, and this is how I can make the stone and everything. So I totally researched about it. My friends, my family helped me, and that's how the whole idea was executed. And I wanted it to be really special that could last forever. So a wooden keepsake box can last forever. A plastic or a paper box wouldn't. So wood is a strong material for that. And I customized it with the client's picture. So I just wanted the mother to feel special, that this is her special memory that she can save it for the rest of her life, and also pass it down to your child. Like if you get it made for yourself, you wear it and then pass it down. Like, well, once your child is 20, 25 years old, or when your child is getting married, you say that this is your first curl infused jewelry, or this is made from my breast milk. It touches a chord in the heart. That bond is just you relive the bond. So that's the whole idea behind the process, behind the whole brand. So the procedure I just mentioned, that we dehydrate the milk and infuse it in the resin, which is a chemical which is liquid in room temperature, but when exposed to air, it sets into a hard stone. So that's how we preserve the milk in resin. And I used my 16-year-old girl. Okay, yeah. So one of my client has messaged that she preserved her 16-year-old girl's curls in her book, and got a pendant made. Thank you so much for the appreciation. So our charges start from 2000 onwards, 2000 plus the shipping, because I drop and pick up everything from the doorstep. So whatever the shipping charges are. Otherwise, the charges of the ornaments start from rupees 2000 onwards, which is silver plated, and then we do it in pure silver also, which is not sterling silver, it's pure silver, which is 97.5% purity, and also 14 karat and 18 karat gold. So charges depend on the designs that you choose. So the silver plated jewelry starts from rupees 2000 onwards. So the jewelry, as I mentioned, can be preserved lifelong. The only care you need to take is not expose it to water or sunlight or harsh chemicals. Not overexpose it to sunlight. I mean, normal exposure is fine. You wear it for a day and remove it in the night. It's an occasional wear jewelry. It's not daily wear. It's an occasional wear jewelry that you can pass down to your generations. So it lasts forever. The color will not change. And also, if the silver tarnishes, like silver as a metal tarnishes and tends to go black, you can always get the jewel repolished, and it won't harm the stone at all. So you can always get your silver jewelry repolished from your local jeweler at nominal cost, or you can always send it back to me. I can also get it repolished for you all. Next. Thank you so much for all your kind and sweet comments. So that's a type in, an anchor type in that for boys or for the husbands that you all can get made. We have a lot of options for sons and daughters, or for husbands or mothers. So that's a ring. So this client had two daughters. So one she was feeding and one cord she had stored. So this is a double bezel ring that she got made from one daughter's that she was feeding her breast milk, and the other older daughter's cord stump. So that's how you can preserve your memories. Or that's a gold bracelet that a client got made. It's a moon bracelet infused with a breast milk stone. And so this is the care that you need to take. It's a small card that I send with my jewelry that you do not have to shower or swim, or you have to avoid the perfumes or lotions. And I also give a velvet pouch to store your jewelry. So you always store your jewelry in that velvet pouches, and not exposed to a lot of heat or constant sunlight. And that's the pendant made from the first tooth of the baby. That's a double charm pendant with the family tree and the first tooth charm. So we need how the next question is how much breast milk is required. We need around 10 ml of the breast milk. That is about 1 tablespoon of the milk, and I'll send you a container which has a red marking of 10 ml. So you don't need to measure it. Also, just fill it in the marking, and I'll get the parcel picked up. And if you are sending me a cord stamp, then I need around half an inch of the cord stamp. And whatever I use in the jewelry and the rest, I also send it back if possible. I send the first curl or the cord stamp back to the clients. And the first curl I need is around an inch of a small bunch of the first curl. So, I mean, this is how we infuse in a pendant. So that's about an inch, with a small bunch of hair. So, and if it is, some clients tend to send more also, which I always, these infusions are so precious. So I always send the rest back to the client. So the next is if I have less milk. So 10 ml is just 1 tablespoon of milk. So that should be enough. So from that 1 tablespoon of milk, I can make 3 to 4 stones. So even if you have an order of one stone, and if you send me 5 ml also, which is okay. So for one stone. So yeah, we tend to call for a little extra milk, in case of any spillage or anything like that. So 5 ml is also more than enough for like 2 stones. Yeah, so we work out of a home studio. Somebody has asked where is my studio and everything. So we work out of a home studio based out of Mumbai, and I have two. As of now, we are like 3 people working in the team. I have 2 staff under me who help me with the logistics and the courier and everything. But all the the milk and the hair and everything is handcrafted only by me, because uh, I don't want to, it's all done. This is all, the jewelry is made by me. But yeah, I have people helping me for the courier and the logistics part. That's done. Yeah, so somebody's asked me if it is daily wear jewelry. So as I already mentioned, you can't wear it daily, day in and day out. It's an occasional wear jewelry that you wear in the morning, and by evening you remove it. And so you have to take care while taking a bath, or while not exposing it to a lot of chemicals like perfumes and a lot of heat, or overexposure to sun and all of that. And so I have the next question is, how do we buy this? So this is available on BabyChakra from today onwards. All the jewelry, all my designs are available on BabyChakra. We also have an Instagram and Facebook page where you all can directly contact us. They will be uploading the Instagram and the Facebook pages. So you all can directly get in touch with me, or place your order on the BabyChakra website. And the payment, somebody's asked about the payment. Payment is done via NEFT or Paytm or GPay. We don't have cash on delivery for this as of now. So all the payments are done by NEFT, GPay, or Paytm. So many people are finding this very unique and interesting. Well, it actually is, because even when I stumbled upon the idea, so and when I explored about it, it was a little bit common abroad, in maybe Australia and US and UK. It still was heard of, but in India, it's relatively a very new concept. So yes, y'all should go ahead and make the jewelry and trust me with your precious memories. Okay. So और या सो अगला क्वेश्चन है दैट इसके चार्जेस क्या हैं, जैसे मैंने पहले बताया था. सो दिस स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम 2000 से स्टार्ट होता है. एंड अगर आप गोल्ड में बनवा रहे हैं तो इट कैन गो अप टू एनी ऑफ द डिजाइन दैट यू चूज. एंड सो सिल्वर प्लेटेड इज 2000. प्योर सिल्वर में भी बनाते हैं, जिसकी 4000 से स्टार्टिंग रेंज है. एंड गोल्ड डिपेंड करता है, आप 14 कैरेट 18 कैरेट लेते हैं, कौन सी डिजाइन चूज करते हैं, सो उस पर डिपेंड करता है. Silver plated starts from 2000. ओके. अभी किसने पूछा है कि कैसे बुक कर सकते हैं अपना ऑर्डर. सो जो मेरा वीडियो चल रहा है उसके नीचे एक्सप्लोर नाउ ऑप्शन है, पिंक कलर के बॉक्स में एक्सप्लोर नाउ ऑप्शन है. अगर आप उस पर क्लिक करेंगे तो आप हमारे डिजाइन देख सकेंगे, एंड यूल भी आप बुक कर सकेंगे अपना ऑर्डर उस पर. और so this we have earrings also, that is infused with the breastmilk stone. This is the first design of earrings. अभी तक हमारे पास rings थी, pendants थे, but काफी customers बोलते थे कि हमको earrings चाहिए. So ये new design हमने निकाली थी earrings के लिए. और मैं बेबी चक्र को थैंक यू बोलना चाहूँगी कि इतना अच्छा एक प्लेटफॉर्म दिया मुझे उनके सब क्लाइंट्स से बात करने का, अपनी अपना ब्रांड उनको बताने का. सो थैंक यू, अ बिग थैंक यू टू बेबी चक्र फॉर गिविंग मी द एक्सपोजर. एंड or okay, so somebody has written that how do the clients thank you, because हम किसी को book करना है और thank you बताना है. So I have handwritten letters, literally, पूरा लेटर लिखा है कि थैंक यू साक्षी, इतनी अच्छी मेमोरी आप हमारे लिए सेव कर पाए. और कोई कस्टमर, एक बार हमने एग्जीबिशन लगाई थी, सो एक कस्टमर के बच्चे बड़े हो गए थे और उसके पास कुछ नहीं था ज्वेलरी बनाने के लिए. So she just took an empty box. She said, "Can I just take the wooden box because I really like the idea. I mean, you just customize my picture with the box, and जो मैंने अभी तक मेरे बच्चों का सेव किया मैं सब वो बॉक्स में रख दूंगी." सो ये सब दिल को टच कर जाती है ये सब बातें कि यू आर डूइंग इट फॉर द न्यू मदर्स एंड इवन पीपल हु कुड नॉट डू इट, जो नहीं कर पाए, जिन्होंने नहीं सेव किया था, दे स्टिल वांट द कीपसेक बॉक्स के अपनी मेमोरीज इसमें रखने के लिए। एंड और इंस्टाग्राम पे या फेसबुक पे अपनी पिक्चर्स डालते हैं, रिव्यूज लिखते हैं कि we had a good experience, everything was picked up and dropped from the doorstep, and I'm a new mother and I could save my child's memories. So ये सब all these appreciation, little bit of reviews or the mails that you get, it touches your heart that okay, you are making a difference somewhere. So that's all. Yeah. So you can always, somebody asked that how do I sell? So this is there on BabyChakra, as I mentioned before. And also you all can follow me on Instagram. It's Moms Memoirs, MOMSMEMOIIRS underscore by Saakshi Mehra on Instagram. And on Facebook also, it's there as Moms Memoirs with, I just have a brochure. Yeah. So yeah, so on Facebook also is there as Mom's Memoirs, and that's my brochure. If you all want, I can even courier my brochures to you all. So how, what all designs do we have? So this is, and those are my contact details. So that's a bracelet. This like this is a bracelet that is commonly really appreciated by all my clients, which has like a hand of hamsa charm that is a protection for your child, or the happy feet, like the birth of a child is like entering baby feet, happy feet entering your life. So all these are very also anchor, which is the it's a symbol of stability. Then there's infinity charm, which is a stable, which represents infinite love. So it's all very thoughtful, all the charms, and like the family. The first tooth is with the family tree charm. So that's how your roots go deep down. Your family roots go deep down. So that's how it's paired with the first tooth. And these are the child's roots that went back to his family. So all the symbols, and it does symbolize something or the other. So it strikes a chord when your memory is infused in these charms. And yeah, so what I made for myself is when I stumbled upon this idea, my child was like 6 years old, so I was waiting for his first tooth to fall, and I got a pendant made for myself. So that's the pendant that I got made for myself. That's for my son's first tooth. So would have actually worn it, but just forgotten to wear it. But that's what I got made for my own self from the first tooth, a pendant. It so when I wear it, it really does bring a smile to my face. So somebody said that why should we buy this when we can't wear it for daily wear? So it is, the purpose of this jewelry is not to wear it daily. The honestly the purpose is to treasure it, to keep it as a keepsake and pass it down to the next generation. That this is what that this is made from your first girl. You can gift it to your daughter going ahead, or this is made from my breast milk. So it's for the purpose of handing it down to your children, or wear it occasionally. That okay, so there is a girl who's 16 years old and she wears it with a friend. See this, I'm wearing it from my first girl. When she goes out, she wears it. It's not a daily wear jewelry, but of course you can wear it occasionally and hand it down to the next generation. So that's the purpose. It's a keepsake jewelry, which you treasure it for the rest of your life. So I think that's about it for today. It was really nice meeting you all, and I was really excited for this session. Thank you for joining us, and hope to see you very soon, and hope to have more of interactions like this. And if you all have any more questions, you all can always contact Baby Chakra, or you all can contact me on Instagram and Facebook, and look forward to get a good response from you all. Thank you so much.